And we are live. We are live with special guests, Kris Joan-Marie. Let me rephrase that. And Marianne Clarke. How you doing, guys?
Hi.
Doing well.
How are you, Bradley?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I believe Kris and Marianne are both psychic mediums. Am I right?
Yes, but it's yeah. I'm more of a dreamer and a healer as far as like an empathic person. So like I found in my life, most people come to me for advice for things. So when you guys talk about like psychic vampires coming to you, I do have a lot of that. I've encountered quite a bit of that, where people would come to you and ask for advice and try and like suck your energy. Oh.
Okay, what I'm going to be doing is sharing the show
kind of breaking up.
While Jim
You're
investigates.
sharing the show, Bradley. All right.
Yeah, while Jim investigates your stories.
I could.
Marianne Clarke on the show.
They're freezing up. I don't know if we get a problem with the connection.
They're okay with me, Jim. I can see them all right.
Can I grab a note?
I think we got a weak connection.
Start my phone if I have to.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
All right. Okay, Kris, is there any other questions you'd like to ask Marianne about what you're experiencing?
Well, I mean, I guess the only answer would be meditation at that point, like, which I already do. I mean, there any books you suggest or anything like that? Like, because it gets on my husband's nerves too, that I just sense shit from people that and a lot of it's very negative lately, and a lot of it I can see that it's directed. I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting that. Who knows? To be honest with you, I just see a lot of like, can I say their souls maybe? Like, I can't even describe it any other way than like the sin and the stuff that's going on in life. Just the negativity is like above and beyond, and I want it to go away. And I like, as soon as I went back to work, it was like that. It was very strange. I just like couldn't.
Are you able to see their auras, like the energy around them?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
And they're all, oh God, it's so much greed, lust, envy. Like, it's above and beyond what like I'm used to. And I had been out of work for so long, and like I wasn't around that many people, but I used to be a waitress, and like I always hated it anyways. But like, to be honest with you, it's worse than it ever was. And I can't even describe the like difference in. I was gonna go back and be a waitress, guys, and like as soon as I walked in there, I felt this wave of like, hell no, don't do it. And I'm like, you know what? I asked the manager if I could work in the back, and they said I could. And I'm like, wave off my shoulders. But it's just as bad there sometimes, but not really. It's a little bit better. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like, the negativity off these people is, it's hard to deal with. It really is.
Well, at least in the back, you've got less people to deal with, so it's probably a little bit easier.
Not really.
Well, it's the same people, right?
I don't have to deal with the waitresses at least, and the customers, because those people are actually the worst. You guys don't realize what assholes you are when you come into a restaurant and sit down and order food. Like, there's so many. Sorry for the language. I'm sorry.
Well, that's just being human. That's all. All right.
God, the things I hear, the things I've heard, the things I've seen. If you've never done it before, you don't understand it, you know, and you don't get the wave of the auras of the people, their whatever heavy shit is on their shoulders every day. Like you kind of see that.
Oh yeah.
So that when you pick that up, you begin feeling the same way they do.
Sometimes it depends. It depends on
Yeah.
the person. I try to like, no. I've put a like shield out. We already talked about that. Like I've got like a little weird bubble around me. So I've like lately been trying to like put a earbud in and listen to some music and
Hi,
think about
Larry.
something
Larry's
else.
with us.
Hi, Larry.
Yeah, Larry's the Photoshop expert that did some in-depth study on my tattoo here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He found a lot of symbols and stuff with whatever procedure he used. He didn't alter the tattoo in any way. He used some kind of depth lighting and coloration or whatever. And there's different symbols within the tattoo that you can see that you can't see with the naked eye. One of them was like an astronaut figure and different alien images.
Very interesting.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, there we go, Chris. Let's see if you can get anything off the tattoo, any energy or anything.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing, dude, that I feel off of any tattoo is that they're a healing source because every time I've gotten a tattoo, it was because I needed some healing. And it's been a minute since I've gotten tattooed, and my tattoo artist actually right now is going through, she's had 5 deaths in her family. She lost her brother, her father in the same week, and then lost 3 of her friends in the next couple of weeks. And I always I would always go to her for some sort of healing. And in the last couple of years, I've gotten heavily tattooed. And every time I went and got a tattoo, I felt better, like so much
Hi,
better.
Jeannie.
So your tattoo is probably like something meant to heal, you know?
Hi, Lorraine. And Larry's saying hi to you guys. Hello, Kris and Marianne.
Hi, Larry.
I'm a chain smoker, sorry.
I'm waiting to see that doll move around there, Marianne.
Dude, I swear to God, it's been bobbing its head for like the last. No, it looked like it's doing this kind of just a little bit.
It probably is trying to get your attention. She's a show off.
What's the deal? What's the deal with the doll, though?
So I got her at a yard sale. It was like a town yard sale, and we were walking around, and my friend kept saying, "Marion, there's a Raggedy Ann doll." I was like, "Oh my God, I really want one." I used to have them when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I could have swore my Raggedy Ann and Andy doll moved when I was younger too. So I've always been like, oh my God, I gotta get another one. I gotta get another one. So we walked past this one, and immediately I kind of like, oh my God, oh my God, that's a huge one. Oh my God. So I walked over there and I asked him how much it was, and she was like $3 or $4. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Do you think there's some like voodoo involved in those dolls? Because like
I don't know.
Movies made about.
The guy was so happy to get rid of it because it said like it was his mom's doll.
Really?
And it was kept in the attic and everything. So I was like, okay.
You know what you gotta do? You know what
Dude, that's crazy as shit.
You know what you gotta do, Marianne, is get one of them Chucky dolls for keep her company.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I made this one. It's still like a work in process. I'm going to take this thing off the head, but a lot of people do not like this one because it is kind of a little creepy, but.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
it's a lot
that's a creepy fucking doll, dude.
That's more than a little creepy.
So this
more
thing
than
right
a little
here,
creepy.
yeah, I'm going to remove these ones off of the head. And if you look close, like the eye is literally blacked out. Yeah, nobody likes that doll that I made.
No, you made it?
Yeah. You
No,
know,
I don't like that doll.
Pimp my ride. I pimped them dogs. I hung
God.
So he was so happy that I got it, and his wife's like, "Are you sure you were going to give that away? Are you?" And he's like, "I want to get it the hell out of the house." I was like, "It's coming home with me, whether you like it or not." I just gave him the money. So, on the way home, my friend kept saying, "Marianne, there's knocking on the trunk. There's knocking on the trunk," and I was like, "Shut up."
It wanted out of the fucking trunk? No.
Where all of our stuff was at. I was like, oh my God. So we put her up front and we had her sitting in the back seat with her granddaughter, which she didn't like that too much either. But so then I bring her home and I put her upstairs in my room, and I'll lift her up and I'll show it to you. I put her on top of my little table where my clothes are folded at. And I went downstairs for a couple of hours and I came up upstairs because I was doing laundry and I wanted to put stuff away. And the doll was literally on the floor with no leg. My cat tore their leg off the doll. Like,
oh shit.
Room. Yeah. So
we had a China doll when we were kids that, like, people always talk shit about those China dolls when they put them in the, like, the porcelain dolls, those.
Literally took the leg off.
Jeez.
And then she's a very long doll.
Dude, that is a big doll. That's really big. The ones we had, I don't know why my grandma would buy us those porcelain dolls when we were kids, but they were always the creepiest dolls. And one of them just kept breaking its leg, like no matter what. Like it was the leg would always come off of that doll. Oh God, oh creepy doll.
You never had any Barbie dolls?
Yeah,
I got a lot of Barbie dolls. I used to love them.
Shit, dude, you should see my sister's collection. She's got like every Barbie you can think of. She's got thousands of Barbie dolls as a collection.
I'm coming over.
Some of them are creepy.
I mean, I do have. I'm trying to think where. I don't want to go.
Maureen Wakefield says spirits doll.
Oh yeah.
I do have a doll. She I got her at a consignment
David.
shop, and she's a little bit more creepier. She came in a bag.
Hi,
and the lady at the desk asked me if I was sure if I wanted to bring her home, and I was like, definitely. First of all, you're working at a store. Why do you ask me if I definitely want to take her? You know what I mean? So I bring her home, and before I took the bag off, I'm looking around, and her eyes were normal, just normal doll eyes. And I take the bag off, and one of her eyes turned all glassy, like it's all fogged out, and it still is. I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell's going on?"
She's blind in one eye.
Yeah, something. Thank God she can't see me. Because she would not like what's getting ready to happen to her.
Candy says, my sister is obsessed with Barbies too. A little weird.
Yeah. Well, look, we grew up when we were kids. I remember like having the Barbie dream house. She has all of that stuff. Literally, she's got like every car that you could imagine, all the dolls. She even bought me my old favorite Barbie from like back in the day in like the 1990s, and like gave it to me as a Christmas present. She's like, "Here, Kris, this is worth like $300." I'm like, "Thanks."
She must have Ken too, then, right?
Oh, she's got everything, dude.
I
Like,
used to have a lot. I used to have Charlie's Angel dolls.
oh, she has all the gem dolls too, girl, and all of that stuff. She has every single one you could think of.
Soren Cassidy.
And she actually makes like Barbie furniture and sells it and stuff.
Oh wow.
She does pretty good at it, actually. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if Dave can bring it upstairs to me. Hopefully he'll answer me.
Well,
Candy said
the doll,
she
the Barbie doll.
No, the doll
Candy,
with that shadowed eye.
Oh, and it
Candy said she had 27 Barbies at one time.
I had hundreds. I mean, hundreds. And my sister now has thousands.
Hey Bradley, Candy says we need Bradley's angel dolls.
Yeah, like I have Bradley's Angels. My team that work with me are Bradley's Angels. Maybe we should make up a selection of Bradley Angels toys. That might be a good idea. Cassidy is actually making toys at this moment. Extra
Yeah,
special.
he is. Yeah.
Maybe he could make some Bradley Angels toys as well. That's a good idea, Candy. Thank you for that. Yeah.
I'm actually getting ready to do a show, I think next week, with Tiffany Reynolds, the lady that does the tarot cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Do another one with her. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do an EVP session with my doll. Maybe
Oh,
we can
girl,
find out.
don't do it. Don't do it.
With
We're gonna find out what her
Raggedy
name
Ann, right?
is. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong? No, please don't do that. I
Oh,
already
on
have
that,
a
on
bad
that other,
feeling. I already
other-
have a bad feeling. No, look, look, my husband has like that EVP thing on his phone, and like there was already like some voices come out of it, and they said names and stuff. Dude, you don't want to know that. Just tell it to go away.
now on that other video, Marianne, that I saw, some of Tiffany's family members were coming through on the EVP, right?
Yes. We did a spirit box,
Yeah.
and we were actually trying to find out who the little dolls, what the little doll's name was, and it literally start saying things of Tiffany's family. So she so she was asking questions, and it gave like immediate answers to it and everything. It was pretty cool. It had her tearing up a little bit, but
Yeah.
So how long have you been a ghost hunter, Marianne and Kris? Kris, are you a ghost hunter?
No, I'm just an enthusiast,
Okay.
and just also very just everything kind of, I guess. I don't know. I'm not. That's why I was asking her if she had any
probably
answers.
empathic and clairvoyant. Can you?
Clairvoyant, yes. Yeah, empathic. I dream things; they come true.
Yeah, she just has to learn to. I want to use the word channeling. You have to learn how to channel it and like to turn it off and turn it on, especially when you go to work and there's a lot of
Too much energy.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a
Terry.
rainbow of like, almost like a shield that kind of
Hi,
hits
Stephanie.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be a ghost hunter, but I don't need to hunt the ghost anymore. They seem to find me. You know?
Uh-huh.
I've been blessed, I guess.
They got
We've
your
all been-
number, Brad.
No, the little blonde doll with the eye issue.
That's in the closet.
Oh.
It's already up here.
Yeah, I just got new. Let me see this redheaded one because she's a little.
Is the blonde one a Barbie?
No, the blonde one is a regular doll, and here's another doll. I just got. She has a little bit of.
Yeah.
She looks pretty, but she's got a little bit of issue.
That one reminds me of the ones that my grandma used to buy me. The porcelain dolls. That's what they were. Yeah.
Not that one. I want the other one with the glassy eye. So, yeah, this one. When I bring her home, Dave was bringing her downstairs because I wanted to do an EVP session with her on the fireplace, and that session is where as soon as Cassidy came on the video, and I didn't even realize that he was on watching it yet. He literally got on there, and the EVP said his name. Cassidy's here.
No kidding, Ma.
Yeah. So here's this. This is the one. So she's pretty old, but she's a plastic doll. Now I'm going to see if I can get her.
Oh yeah. Do you have names for them? Do you name them? Or?
No, this is the one I'm trying to see. See how her eye is all.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It looks like he's blind in one eye.
It looked like it blacked out a little or something.
Yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, she was in a plastic bag, and I just thought maybe she had like moisture in the bag or whatever. So I let her, come out of the bag a little bit. I talked to her, and I'm like, if there's any attachment to it, just tell me what your name is. Da 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 da. I did a whole thing, and the only name that comes up was Betsy.
Huh.
So I don't know if she's a Betsy or she was trying to communicate with a Betsy, but yeah.
I don't know. There's just stuff in my house that's like, I know, like, it has energy on everything, because that's what I was saying to Bradley. He was saying he had all kinds of objects that he was pretty sure had different attachments to them. And I imagine there's got to be energy coming from every different place, and people loved that, especially if it was something you got from somebody that you loved, probably has their energy on it.
I have ordered amulets from different countries, especially America, where sorcerers or sorceresses have bound entities to these amulets willingly,
And you have it in your house?
Yeah, and like when I receive them, I don't perform any rituals. They actually come and contact me and talk to me using telepathy mainly. Yeah, and like introduce themselves if you like.
Oh,
and they normally have share words of wisdom as well,
I mean, it is.
So Marianne, being a paranormal investigator, what is the most profound experience you've had?
I want to say when I was younger.
Yeah.
And that's when I wasn't, like really into the paranormal stuff as I am now. I think it's the starting of it. When I was younger, I was walking through a graveyard. I think I told you before, Jim. I was walking through a graveyard with my cousin Mary. She thought
that's the one where we said there's a girl hanging from a tree.
She thought it was funny to take me through a cemetery at a young age. And I fooled her. Instead of her scaring me, I scared the shit out of her. We were walking, and all of a sudden I seen this little girl hanging from a tree, and tears were flowing down my eyes so much. I was like, oh my God, why is there a little girl hanging in a tree? Like, I'm so young, I didn't know where we were and why these stones were in the ground and flowers and and especially somebody's hanging in a tree. I started screaming. I was crying. I felt like she was watching me. Like, I can literally see her eyes just like piercing at me. And I kept looking up, and I started running, and my cousin was laughing and running. She's like, well, what are you running from? And I said, you don't see the little girl in the tree. Like, why is she hanging in the tree? I don't understand. So we go to my cousin's grandpa's house, and I asked him, and he said, I told him my little experience that I had, and I was crying to him. He's like, just calm down, Mary. I'm going to tell you what happened. Well, it was grounds where when you were, I guess back in that day and age, if you were caught stealing or doing like adultery or anything like that of nature, you were hung. And
Mm.
I mean, this little girl, she must probably been about the same age as I was, and I was like 6 years old when I walked through a graveyard with my cousin, like 6 or 7. So she had to be in about maybe that age, maybe not, maybe like 7 or 8. But
Yeah,
it's
but do you think they would? You think they would punish a child that way just for stealing at that age? I don't think so.
What
don't know.
century was it?
What's that?
I said, what century, like, were they doing that to people, though? Because
I don't know. All I know is this little girl had a white. It looked like white pajamas, like
yeah,
all
I mean,
white pajamas.
yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, it probably happened like in the, 1800s or something like that.
Yeah, but my thing is the same thing Andre said. Like, why would they hang a child? It's insane.
Yeah,
They were
that don't
stealing
make
or
sense.
something.
Maybe it was just some nut serial killer or something.
Unless that's how I seen it, because I was a child too. You know what I mean? It could have came to me in
Yeah.
spirit of a child. I mean,
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Could have been a serial killer too. Yeah, that doesn't. It
well,
kind
thank
of
God I
seems
got to go
more.
out of that graveyard, that cemetery.
It kind of seemed more like it was maybe like that, like the time where the slavery was happening. That seemed more like that type of issue. When it
Yeah.
comes to yeah.
In England, they would hang you, no matter how young you were, really, for stealing. You're stealing
Yeah,
a
that's what I
sheep
was saying. Stealing, when you were young, back in
Yeah.
like.
because you were starving. That's why you steal a sheep because you're hungry and starving, and you'd be hung for that.
Yeah.
So
Larry,
ever since
Larry,
then,
Larry's
sorry,
asking me what's flying through my feed. I don't know.
looks
I don't
like
know.
a fly.
You guys mentioned something earlier. I don't know.
I thought it was an orb, but if she's saying it's just a fly.
Yeah, it was a fly. It literally landed on the camera.
Did it? Really?
Yeah. That's why I was like, what was that? You got a little friend visiting you.
They're all over my house. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Well, you do have like a little purplish aura around you.
Who, me?
Oh, me?
Like, did you just have, I don't mean to ask this online, did you just have somebody close to you pass away?
A couple of people passed away, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
hope my friend's okay.
what was that?
Nothing. I've just been worried about one person in particular, and I really hope she's okay.
She like a sister to you?
Yeah. I've been like literally texting her every day, and she's, again, like I said, lost a lot in her life. So maybe I'm just my worry that you're seeing. She's probably fine.
It's okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's amazing. Did you discover there's good demons and bad demons? That's something I've discovered, which quite surprised me.
That doesn't surprise me at all, actually.
Yeah. It's good and bad in all, actually, what I've discovered. Yeah.
What it is basically is positive and negative.
Yep. And you watched that video I sent you about like what changed my mind on God and all of that stuff, even though like I grew up Catholic and that's just I'm sorry, I don't believe in it anymore. I'd rather hear what other people have to say about religion than hear the Catholic religion. I'm sorry. I just think it's one of the worst, and they're very money hungry people, if you ask me.
I think there's an element of truth.
Don't be mad at me, people, for saying that, but I literally grew up Catholic, so I know.
Yeah, religion is based on fear. They use fear as a tool to control the masses.
Oh yeah. I went to church like every Sunday, every holiday, every religious day. I had to go on Wednesdays for CCD class until I was confirmed. So like, yeah, all of that. I went through all the whole 9 yards when it comes to it. But I also did feel like I was forced to do it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I believe there's an element of truth in all religions, you know. To be honest.
No.
There are many truths, whatever somebody believes. But then again, a belief is just a theory. It's not a fact.
Especially when that's all you hear for years and years and years, you know? That's why they make the little funny joke about Catholic girls like going kind of like crazy and being like the rebellious ones. Well, I was one of them.
Well.
I can joke about it now, but it's the damn fucking truth.
Oh, I will say, good girls go to heaven, bad girls go everywhere.
I might just be going to hell then.
I don't think there is a hell. There's not a hell. You create your own fucking hell. That's what happens.
Let's see.
And if you believe your doll is possessed, then it is because you believe that it is.
Yeah.
I'm
seeing
being
the
serious.
aesthetic.
And every time you open that spirit box, you're opening yourself to something coming in and inviting itself into you, because it's different than like you. It might not be what you think it is talking to you, which is why I don't trust that shit.
I guess you don't like Ouija boards either, then. Huh?
Oh hell no, I've never touched one. And the one time that my friends touched one, they brought something into their house, and I'm gonna tell you, they tried to burn the Ouija board, and when they did, the smoke just kept like billowing over and like hitting them in the face. So in burning it is not the best idea either. I feel like you're not supposed to do that. I think you're supposed to bury it on hollowed ground, I think is what you're supposed to do. But I've never touched one. Also, after you use the stupid Ouija board, you're supposed to say goodbye. So I feel like they just didn't say goodbye or didn't know how to use it. But I'll never touch one. No.
I
I heard
one.
if you separate it, a Ouija board into 3 separate pieces, and you can put it into running water in 3 locations, that actually kills the Ouija board.
Is that what it does? I thought you had to bury it like at a
Hey,
church.
here's a good question that Larry's asking. Where do people in hell tell people to go?
Is there? I mean, really? I don't know, man. I don't know.
To the water?
I was doing a Ouija board one night, right over this girl's house with a buddy of mine, and it started moving fast and swearing and stuff, right? So I'm swearing back. Yeah, I'm swearing back at it. So then I broke a corner, the right upper corner off of the Ouija board, right? And it's like that thin pressed wood. And I leaned. She had the girl had a big like thick glass ashtray there, and I leaned. I lit it, you know, with my lighter, and I leaned it sideways, you know, like upright against the side of the ashtray, inside the ashtray, and it started getting charcoal and black, slowly going up, burning slowly, and then when it got to the tip, a little flame was coming out, and I said, "Okay, now go ahead, go crazy," right? I stood up and I said that. When I said that, flame shot out of the ashtray, and the ashtray exploded.
Yeah.
What about when I recently did an Ouija board with some friends and family, and Jim was online and he said, Jeremy, I'm getting the name of Jeremy, and we all went, no one here knows a Jeremy. Anyway, we and Jim disappeared, and we commenced a Ouija board session. And what actually happened was the Ouija board spelled out the name Jeremy.
Uh-uh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because when I was on Messenger with him, and he said he was about to do a session with a Ouija board with his
Did it
family
move
there.
on its own?
We used our little finger and
Hmm.
moved it around. I have had an Ouija board. I went to make a cup of tea. When I come back, it would move to hello. I didn't know. Yeah, by itself. The planchette moved to hello. Yeah.
I have this
Yeah,
little
because
thing.
when he was
You guys,
when
you
when he
guys
was when he
remember?
was
Oh,
when
sorry.
he was telling me that, I was telling him I'm getting the name Jeremy, and he says, "Well, I don't know." He says, "I don't know no Jeremy." And then after I hung up, he went and did the Ouija board, and it said Jeremy.
Weird. Do you guys remember like the old QVC shows and stuff where they used to sell stuff on the shows?
Oh yeah.
Do they still have that? Well, my mom used to buy stuff off of it, and she bought like these angel figurines, and she had them for years. My grandma used to buy them too. So I inherited a few of them, right? That's one of the weird objects that I have. Well, the other day, like I noticed that it had moved on its own and was pointed towards the door, like it was looking out towards the door, like at something. And I just now moved it back in its original position, and I'm waiting to see if it moves again. So I'll let you know.
Ah,
Because you talk about your doll moving, I'm thinking that angel might, I don't know, but it did move. It did totally turn on its own, and I don't know, dude. And Jim, the other day I was telling you that my whole desk was, and my
Yeah,
husband witnessed this too. It was vibrating on its own, and everything was moving on it, and I didn't understand what was doing it. I could not explain it.
I was just gonna ask you about that. Is that when the angel like vibrated and maybe turned direction?
No, the angel's in another place in the room. It's not even in the
Oh,
same
oh,
place. Yeah, like it's not like all of these things. That's what I was saying. There's like a lot of stuff in my room that I could tell you probably has, especially some stuff that was my Aunt Judy who passed away. Like I don't know, dude. It's all probably has something attached to it in some sort of way, shape, or form. But I'll
no.
let you know if the angel moves. Along with your doll over there who was shaking her head earlier. I'm not gonna lie.
I know
Yeah,
there's
we
one
have
that
a
says,
question.
Clark, you should see my dolls. Oh, send me pictures, Terry. You can send me pictures. Sorry. And Tiffany wrote something. I can't really read it. My eyes are so,
Can't
oh my
see
God.
it.
Yeah, Tiffany Reynolds says, I was asked to watch my sister's things when she was leaving an abusive individual. She didn't tell me her ex played with the Ouija board. A demonic entity attached itself to a Christmas train, and once I blessed the items and threw them in the trash, the spirit left me alone and told her I will not be taking any more stuff from her because of a weird shit I experienced with a damn entity.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Candy Fowler says, do you sage or Palo Santo your space? I use incense quite often, and yeah, you can smudge them with incense. What you must remember is you should smudge behind the doors because demons and shadows can hide behind doors. So that's worth remembering.
My mom had this salt that she got from like a spiritual place. I want to say it came from Magagori is where said it came from, but it was like the sea salt, and she threw it all over my house, dude. Not only was that weird, but it caused me to have nightmares for like a couple of months when I realized it was like in every crack of my house. So it's very dangerous to like work with certain things like that because you don't know. Salt, I believe, is supposed to be put in like the doorways or like in the windows or something.
Absolutely.
You don't
You
throw
can
it
make your own, which is salt. The ashes from the incense. If you add that with salt and say some words over this, the incense mixed with the salt, that is actually a form of devil's salt, which you can use that over doorways or window frames.
That's to keep them from walking in or coming in and disturbing you. But it's different when somebody doesn't know what they're doing with such a thing and throws it all around your home in such a way.
Candy's asking,
She
do you
realized
sage?
what she was doing because she thought she was throwing that crap on me every night while I was sleeping, guys. She was throwing this salt on me while I was asleep, and I couldn't.
Candy,
I was having
Candy,
nightmares.
Candy's asking, do you have a sage or Palo Santo your space?
Yeah, but I honestly, you know what's funny? I kept trying to grow sage and it kept dying every time. It was weird. The only thing I could keep alive is my cactuses and my vine plants and my basil.
Candy
Can you
says
send me
salt only
some,
cleanses.
sweetheart? I'll, I'll go buy a plant. Yes, that works sometimes, but like to be honest with you, like I wonder even if that matters, like I think it's really just what she was saying. Um, uh, just try and center herself, but it's fucking hard, man. It's really hard. I can't even tell you how hard it is when all this stuff's coming at you at one time. So, and the pandemic did not help, dude. Because to be honest with you, I'll say this on a real note, like I had no problem like not working and just being at home. Other people went insane and hated being at home, where I was like so fine with having some alone time, That sounds bad, but it was true.
Yeah, I have sage that was given to me in a bundle from
Yeah.
a friend when we went to do a investigation at a tavern, which we found a lot of things. I posted a video.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big
Yeah,
bundle.
that's a big.
Yeah.
And you can just burn it occasionally. You don't have to burn the whole thing ever. Yeah.
No, we normally sage ourselves right before investigation and right after. So at this point, when we first went into the tavern, nobody came to me, so I wasn't saged down or whatever. But towards the end, there was a girl. I just want to tell you this real quick. We went in to the tavern, and there was a little girl that got. She was on her phone, and her boyfriend, a couple states over, was feeling like a lot of weirdness, and she was told to find me after our investigation. It was kind of like a dinner and a ghost hunt, which we're going back tomorrow for another one. And energy must have gone over the phone while we were all doing the investigation. And she was panicking. She asked me to talk to him on the phone. I talked to him on the phone, and he was like beside himself. I've never heard a man cry that he was very scared. Like he was like literally 2 or 3 states over, and I'm sitting here like, oh my god, that never happened. And I said, I'm going to ask you both a question. During our investigation, when we asked you not to use your phones, was any of you guys using your phone? And she said, yeah, that she was calling him and telling him how cool it was to be a part of our investigation and doing what we're doing with the other team. And it literally, the energy from that place literally traveled through the wires and went to his place. So I had to get my spiritual guy on my team to talk to her and him. And yeah, it was crazy, but we worked it out. I calmed her down, and So tomorrow she is actually she's actually going to join in our investigation with no phone.
Okay, so that ties into lines where I was just talking to you about the EV thing on your phone or any of that stuff. Like you
The
do have
EVPs.
well, I'm just saying you do have to kind of tell it can't come home with you. It has to go away. It has to stop. You have to make sure it doesn't follow you
Oh,
in some
definitely.
sort of
Tiffany Reynolds says she mixes water and salt and dips her hand in the water and then
yeah.
goes around the house and making crosses on all the mirrors and etc. And
Really?
toss the water out the front door. Had to bless a friend's house because a malicious spirit they complained about. It
Does
left
she
them
believe
alone
they
and left
came
the
through the
house.
mirrors?
Yeah, that's what she said.
They came through the mirror?
No, she makes crosses on the mirror, I guess, to protect it from coming through the
Oh.
mirror. I don't know if it comes through the mirror.
Yeah, because mirrors are portals and spirits do
Yes.
actually come through mirrors. If you put a cross on a mirror, that actually protects it from negative energy coming through mirrors because, like I say, mirrors are portals.
I'm
Yeah,
actually getting
Tiffany
ready
Reynolds says
to,
yes, they can.
I'm actually getting ready to do some classes with my friend. She's a demonologist, so she asked me to join her to do some stuff. Yeah, she keeps telling me, I have certain energies and powers that I don't know that I
Yeah.
have, and I know of quite a few that would probably scare the shit out of people. And I don't tell my business like that, but
No.
yeah. So
Also, PC monitor
they
screens are
did give me a
portals as
mirror
well.
for my birthday, a black mirror to
I
start.
saw my doppelganger one day in a dream. Oh, it was really creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I lived in this house that was seriously haunted, and I had a dream that I was dancing in front of this mirror, and all of a sudden, my image in the mirror stopped and stopped dancing and looked at me, and with the most sinister eyes I've ever seen in my life. And it had black eyes and shit, and I'm like, oh crap! And I walked out of that room and left it. And then I walked down the hallway, and the old room that used to be mine when I was a child, I opened that, and there's another one of me sitting in the corner, like in Indian style, doing this, staring at me with the same sinister look. And I immediately shut the door and said, bloop, I know who you guys are. Like, seriously, what exactly is a doppelganger, though? Like, is that like your evil side or something? That's what
I would say almost like a mirrored image of, yeah, I'd
it
say.
was a bad one, dude.
Tiffany Reynolds says black mirrors are not good.
Nope. No, they're not. Or silver ones.
How about them two-way mirrors there that they use for security?
Don't like those either. Also have a hard time looking at Christmas trees for some reason. Don't like Christmas anymore.
Those double mirrors remind me of the mirrors that are on that movie Poltergeist, where that old man looks out the mirror. Like when they come off of the what is it, that elevator,
Yeah.
and they look right at the mirror and they walk by, and then all of a sudden the guy looks out, and then each mirror has them like.
That guy turned out to be a pedophile, I think. I think
He looks like one.
Yeah, he did.
It truly looks like one.
Pretty sure something came out about that dude later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe black mirrors are used for scrying also.
Yes.
And PC monitor screens are portals too. Spirits can come through PC monitor screens, possibly through Android phones as well. You know,
I was
they're
gonna
all
say, do you
portals.
think your phone is watching you all the time? I think mine is. Because it'll randomly cut on and do stuff, and I'm just like, I don't really trust technology at all. Like, I'm sorry. I just don't.
I'm in trouble then.
Tiffany Reynolds says that's why in the old times they would put curtains over mirrors to prevent the dead and other negative energies from coming in and out.
Yeah.
Poltergeist means noisy spirit in German.
Annoying spirit. Yeah. Sounds about right.
No, noisy spirit.
Oh yeah, they're noisy too.
Yeah, poltergeists normally target teenagers because they're vibrant, they're full of energy, and their energy is normally diverse, positive, negative, and yeah, so that's why they target
Yeah,
teenagers.
Candy says she covers her TV when she's not using it.
Do you? Yeah, because did you know that your laptop and your computer is the same thing? There's like a little button on there where they can watch you, whoever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Whoever
newer
they are.
TVs, they can do that even if it's shut off.
Yeah, even if it's
They
shut
can
off.
see and hear you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Jeez,
I think as long as it's plugged in, they got that. They got that technology to do that, even if it's off, as long as it's plugged in.
One of my friends did say that one time. She said that the red light on her computer, when it was off, it just kept blinking or something. I said, dude, they're probably watching you.
Yeah, and the same when the TV comes on by itself. That's normally a spirit, you know, turning the TV on.
So here's this is what you call the starting mirror for training. But if anybody doesn't want to see it, you can close your eyes real quick, and I'll just flash it up.
Wait, what is it?
It's the black mirror.
Oh,
Comes with the black. You get a black candle. I don't know if you can see that too well.
you get a black candle with it? Yeah.
And then you get the tea light little candle with it. And then this is what the so it's just like a little. You're gonna see
scrying
yourself.
mirror.
Yeah, you're gonna see yourselves on there.
Have you ever scryed the mirror? I have myself, and been quite successful. You can, when you scry a mirror, attract all kinds of entities, living or dead. You know, who crossed over to the next life. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't started yet. She just literally gave me my stuff, and she's like, just practice it. Practice it. I'm like, practice it? Oh my God. If I start bringing out the demons, you'll know I really practiced it then.
No, don't. Just don't. Don't do it.
You can scry a mirror, scry a crystal ball.
I've been known to be very daring, so, you know, just... And my friend gave me this, so I'm going to probably put my mirror in here so it doesn't get caught up. And here's my new...
Terry Sedlock says, I've often wondered if you can bring in spirits while watching paranormal TV shows.
Yes, you can.
You can also engage with spirits when you're looking at a family album. You know, you don't need to go to the cemetery to remember your loved ones. You can simply light a candle, burn an incense stick, but especially look through photographs. And as you're reminiscing, you'll find that the spirit can engage with you and actually manifest memories in your mind that you might have forgotten, and enhance your experience while thinking about that person who's crossed over. You know? Yeah, photographs is a good way to connect with energies, with spirits as well.
The most profound paranormal thing that I ever experienced was over 40 years ago. I was at a buddy of mine's house. His name was Jack, and he had an elderly couple over visiting. They were sitting on the couch, and he had one of them Polaroid instant cameras where you snap it, and it would slide out, and it would develop right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So he took a picture of the couple sitting on the couch, and he's waving it around like this, and it's developing. And when we looked at it, the only one in the picture was the woman. And the guy wasn't in the picture, right? And like 2-3 o'clock the next morning, he died.
And Tiffany Reynolds says, sorry, what was you going to say, Jim?
Oh, that's okay. Go
Tiffany Reynolds
Yeah.
says, Terry Sedlock, be careful because not all places have friendly spirits. And TV is a portal and it's a door to you. I don't own nor watch a TV for over 10 minutes. I use candle magic, by the way. I also, myself, haven't watched TV for 12 years now. And I find it's not a problem for me.
I watch.
Do you watch telly?
Yeah, TV. If you watch a lot of news and stuff, that's what they call it. What was the name that they said for TV? That why it is a porthole. It's a porthole because they want you to be like sucked into it.
That's why it's called programs, because you're being
Programs.
programmed.
Thank you. Yes, that's the word.
Or
Brainwashing.
television is tell lies vision.
Really? Yeah, that sounds about right too.
Tell lies vision. Yeah.
Hey, did you watch about that hurricane's coming towards you guys too, Jim?
Yeah, I know. Hopefully it'll change course.
It's probably gonna bring rain my way too.
Well, we're coming up at the top of the hour. We're gonna have to cut out soon.
It's been a pleasure having both you ladies on board, and thank you everybody for joining in the forum and contributing and also watching the show. Please subscribe, like and share if you enjoyed the show.
Yeah,
and hope to have you ladies back again on esoteric hours, mate.
Yeah, you guys can come back anytime.
Oh, thank you. It was nice meeting you, Kris.
Nice meeting you, girl. And hey, where'd the doll go?
It's there.
It fell. It moved and fell.
It didn't fall. It moved. Oh man,
Okay,
what happened to that doll?
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.